Right, so we're in Taumaranui now. My buddy's Ben's farm is just across the creek over here. And Taumaranui is one of those areas that's full of goats, full of feral goats, which are like a real nuisance animal in New Zealand because they just eat so much foliage. So yeah, we've just arrived and basically we've got permission to hunt this whole bank. And I've shot a few goats here before. So yeah, we're just gonna trudge up into the hills and see if we can get an animal on deck for tomorrow. There's plenty of fresh sign around, plenty of fresh scat and prints and stuff. Goats, they're a fantastic animal to hunt, especially for beginner hunters, because it's a lot easier than hunting deer, and I really like it. I really like the challenge of a deer hunt, but I really like hunting goats and knowing that most likely I'm going to bring home some meat, and it's good meat. This is a native New Zealand stinging nettle, or tree nettle rather, and it's no joke. Like, you know, when you get stung by a normal stinging nettle, and it kind of, well, it's nothing really, but this shit will kick your ass. I'm just hearing some goats bleeding over in here, I think. So I think we're just gonna cross back over and backtrack. Hopefully some goats are coming our way. Okay, so we just killed 2 goats. Even though it's just a goat, it still makes your heart pump, you know, because they saw us, heard us, and then actually started like making the way out of here. So I managed to get 1 headshot, and then the other one would be a heart and lung shot. Kia ora ngā here. Thank you, Forrest. Thank you for providing. This is just the perfect sized goat for eating. It's young, it's a nanny, it's going to be excellent meat. We've done a service by, you know, taking an animal that eats a lot of native vegetation off the land. This is really awesome. I had a feeling we'd be running into some goats on the way back. There's actually another whole big mob up there, but shot 2, and 2 is plenty. It's perfect. That was perfect, that was fast, that was respectful. That's what I want. Really, it's just a little one, but again, you know, it is actually the best meat you can ask for. Is the most tender, and this was a headshot. This animal just heard a noise, and that was it. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna take the guts out of these animals. Always need to make sure, no matter what it is that you shoot, you get the guts out as quick as you can. And then yeah, we'll take them back, and got some really exciting, got something really excited planned for tomorrow for these animals. Stoked. With a young animal like that, you barely even need to use a knife. They're still so tender, you can pretty much just pull most things out. 2 goats on deck, 17 more over the hill. Let's take this back. It's starting to get dark. Clearly been doing a lot of fishing and foraging, not enough hunting. Alright. That wasn't even far to go, man. I've become soft. But hey, 2 goats on deck, and with any luck, it won't be torrential rain tomorrow. So we can do the Argentinian style Asador. Good morning. This is day 2 on Ben's farm. We have the goat hanging in the shed, and we're gonna make a rip-roaring fire this morning. And we're gonna cook this goat asado style, which is like an Argentinian barbecue version. So the first thing we're gonna do this morning is just get a really beautiful fire happening, and then we'll talk you through the rest. I'm excited for this. The sound of coffee being poured and of fire crackling and a rooster crowing doesn't make you happy? Something wrong with you. Should I headshot this one as well? The nicest thing is just honestly knowing that I've got time. Super lucky that we got here yesterday and we managed to shoot the goats in the afternoon. I really enjoy just having a day, just having time. Make a fire, watch the fire turn into embers. I don't have to rush butchering this animal. The more I do this stuff, the more it sort of stands out to me how valuable time is. Good. What a place to wake up, man. All those tuis. Beautiful. So this is Ben. Ben owns Tui Farm. Moved here from Auckland. How long ago?
Just over 1 year. Kayla and I bought this place just over 1 year ago, last week. So we had a celebration for that, and it's been an interesting year. We're loving it.
Awesome. Ben's gonna go feed some chicks, and we're gonna truss this goat up and get it on the fire. Cheers, bro.
Chat. Let's go feed some chicken.
Right, so here is the whole goat. We've just taken the skin off. Unfortunately, I had to remove the shoulders because the shoulders were just shot to buggery. So what we're going to do right now is we're just going to butterfly it and basically open the whole carcass up by doing a little bit of cutting along the spine and the hip bone. And then we're going to make a cross out of just rebar and tie it up with tie wire. And then basically we just got like an animal on the cross, and we're just going to lean it over the fire. You'll see. Hey, you didn't need that hand, did you?
No, the right one. Don't need it.
There you go. Nice. Look at that.
And then the rain came.
Alright, so we just had a spot of rain rolling through, so we chucked a sheet of metal over the fire just to stop it from going out. But the sun's poking back through, so now we're going to prepare the baste. Okay, and this is a super simple recipe, and it's a liquid that we then apply to the meat as it starts to cook. What we're going to put in here is a liter of water, 100 grams of salt, some herbs, oregano, thyme, some rosemary, lemon, garlic, bay leaf, olive oil, red wine vinegar, and I like to add a little bit of Cajun seasoning. Basically just gonna chuck that into a pot, give it a bit of a stir around, and then chuck the large cast iron pot onto the fire and just let it simmer away for about half an hour or so. So we chucked the cast iron pot on there. It didn't take very long for it to heat up, seeing as it's right on an open fire. And that's already becoming super fragrant. And here it's sizzling away inside of that pot. Yes! Oh. Alright, so that little bit of heat really kind of just brought all the flavors into the brine. So from now on, so for every kind of 20 to 30 minutes, I'm just going to grab this little bushel of rosemary, a little bit of that baste on, and we just start basting the meat that way. And then this brining / braising liquid just really just helps to keep the meat nice and moist, as well as adding tons and tons of beautiful flavor.
Cooking the goat over the fire was an all-day affair that by and large didn't require a whole lot of attention, which gave us the space to head out and look for some more wild goats. A friendly word of warning though, what happens next isn't hunting, it's harvesting. And while this style of procuring wild meat isn't what I pride myself on at all, it is the harvesting of a resource that all too often gets shot for little other than sport and pest control, and as a result is usually left to rot in the forest. We are here at the behest of another local farmer who will be more than happy to see the goat numbers reduced by at least a few individuals.
Okay, so there's actually a small mob of goats just behind us in the distance there, you can see them. And we've also got Kayla along. Kayla is Ben's wife.
Hi.
So Ben and Kayla together run Tui Farms. And Ben's going to have his first crack at a goat today, which doesn't look like it's going to be a hard task.
No,
But
they're making it easy for us.
But would this be your first?
Yeah, I've never shot at an animal for anything. Yeah, a bit of target shooting, that's it. So looking forward to it. It's part of connecting the circle.
Cool.
Now, before the term shooting fish in a barrel gets thrown about, let me make it clear that these are, in fact, totally wild animals that happen to be here entirely on their own volition.
It's a little difficult when you get the opportunity to take 5 animals at the same time. It's good that we just did that because it will provide a lot of mates and take something that needs to get taken off the landscape. But it feels a little heavy, like shooting 5 animals and not really having the time to offer gratitude or respect to each animal individually. So I know Ben just had a moment, and like this is for me just a moment to kind of appreciate the gift of meat and the sanctity, the sacredness of taking life. It always weighs. Right, so these animals have been on the fire now for like a good just over 5 hours. So we're sort of getting to the final stages of the cooking process, and what we're going to do now is we're just going to take a whole bunch of veggies, some whole pumpkins, some whole kumara, whole carrots, whole onions, and we're just basically just going to chuck them into the coals and just let the fire itself take care of the cooking. Taking a whole pumpkin and basically cut the top out of it and filled it with parsley and garlic and all kinds of other herbs and butter. Oh man, I look forward to this thing. I'm going to take this whole thing and just chuck it on the fire. You don't really have to worry about the outside burning, because that's alright, you know, you're not going to eat that rind anyway, and it just gives it flavour. Right, moment of truth. She comes off the fire. Here's the back hams.
6 hours later, and the goat a la cruz is finally good to go. And man, what a way to cook. Wake up to greet the dawn with nothing but strong coffee and naive enthusiasm for fuel. Make a kick and fire and let the curling smoke entice your dreams. Splash with the most fragrant of basting liquids, and let good old time work her incredible magic. Sit down, crack a beverage, and share a meal, a laugh, and some stories with good people. What more could you really want?
So this is Sunday morning, and really just want to take a moment just to say thanks, Ben, Kayla. I think what you guys are doing with this place here with Tui Farms is just really awesome. It's a really cool place to come to and to spend a little bit of time. And thank you guys so much for letting us come and harvest some wild meat. This place is really special, and I really respect what you guys are doing here too.